The brain isn't just a muscle, it's a code base. Most people go through life believing intelligence is something you're either born with or not. They imagine it's hardwired into their DNA, as though some people just got lucky. But that belief is outdated. Intelligence is not a fixed trait. It's a set of patterns, responses, and internal systems that can be rewritten, reprogrammed, and optimized. Just like software updates improve a device, mental algorithms, habits of thinking, can dramatically improve how your mind operates. Imagine your brain as a computer. At any given moment, it's running code in the background. Some of this code was written by your childhood experiences. Some of it comes from society's expectations, your schooling, the people you spend time with. But most people never realize, just like a computer, you can overwrite this code. You can uninstall useless scripts like self-doubt, hesitation, and mental laziness. And you can install new ones that help you think deeper, act quicker, stay calm under pressure, and learn faster than those around you. This isn't science fiction, it's how human adaptation actually works. When you introduce intentional changes to the way you observe, analyze, and respond to the world, you are literally altering your mental programming. The mental algorithm is a set of choices, repeated consistently, that make your thinking sharper over time. It's the quiet discipline of asking better questions instead of jumping to answers. It's the habit of stepping back before reacting emotionally. It's the art of listening, not to respond, but to understand. And most of all, it's the daily decision to upgrade who you are through how you think. What separates someone twice your age from you isn't just time, it's accumulated patterns, years of trial and error, failures and lessons. But if you learn to recognize those patterns without living them, if you study the algorithm rather than the outcome, you can collapse decades into days. You can grow without waiting for life to teach you the hard way. You become proactive instead of reactive. That's the power of the mental algorithm. And it doesn't take genius, it takes awareness. It takes you choosing each day to reflect instead of react, to program your responses with thought instead of defaulting to emotion. Every time you do this, you are reprogramming your mind for clarity, precision, and wisdom. And eventually, what used to feel hard becomes natural. What used to take effort becomes instinct. You no longer have to try to be mentally sharp, you simply are, because you rewrote your code. In a world that trains people to chase attention, distraction, and dopamine, choosing to install a mental algorithm of discipline, focus, and stillness will make you exceptional. Not because you were born gifted, but because you decided to think better. That's how you become smarter than people twice your age, not through time, but through intentional rewiring. Your brain is more than a muscle, it's a masterpiece waiting to be coded into greatness. Most people believe that to become smarter or more successful, all you need is more time, more years to gather experience, more hours to study, more moments to learn from mistakes. It's a natural assumption. After all, we often see older people as wiser simply because they've lived longer. But here's the truth that changes everything. You don't need more time. What you need is the right pattern. Time alone doesn't guarantee growth or intelligence. There are countless people who spend decades stuck in the same mental loops, repeating the same errors, never really evolving. They accumulate knowledge like clutter in a storage room without sorting it or applying it effectively. On the other hand, there are individuals who seem to leapfrog over obstacles, gaining wisdom and insight far beyond what their years would suggest. What's the difference? It's the mindset pattern, the system by which they process information, learn from experience, and make decisions. A powerful mindset pattern is like a shortcut through the maze of life. It's not about working harder or longer, it's about working smarter, seeing clearer, and thinking differently. It's the difference between reacting to events and responding with intention. When you have the right pattern, you don't just learn lessons, you internalize them quickly. Avoiding the need to repeat mistakes, you develop the ability to anticipate outcomes, spot pitfalls, and seize opportunities before others even see them. This pattern isn't complicated. It's built on 3 essential practices: reflection, adaptability, and focus. Reflection means regularly stepping back to assess what worked, what didn't, and why. Adaptability means adjusting your approach based on what you learn, instead of stubbornly repeating the same actions. Focus means zeroing in on what truly matters, avoiding distractions and cutting through noise. When you combine these practices into a mental algorithm, you create a cycle of accelerated growth. Every decision becomes an opportunity to refine your thinking and improve your results. This cycle allows you to condense years of trial and error into weeks or months. Suddenly, your progress isn't limited by time, it's propelled by your pattern of thinking. Older, more experienced people have the advantage of years behind them, but they don't always have the advantage of the right mental pattern. Many fall into routines that keep them comfortable but stagnant. Meanwhile, someone with a strong mindset pattern, regardless of their age, can analyze situations more clearly, learn faster from setbacks, and adapt with precision. This ability makes them smarter in practice, outthinking those who rely solely on experience. The key takeaway here is that intelligence and wisdom are not about how long you've lived, but how you live those years. Are you consciously designing your mental patterns? Are you choosing to learn in ways that multiply your growth, or are you drifting through life, waiting for time to do the work? By adopting the right mindset pattern, you reclaim your time. You turn experience into insight and mistakes into lessons faster than most people can imagine. You unlock a level of thinking that outpaces others, no matter their age or background. And in doing so, you become not just smarter but wiser, because you learn not just from your own life, but from the lives of those who came before you. You don't need more time to be exceptional. You need the right pattern. Once you grasp this truth, your growth becomes inevitable, unstoppable, and far beyond what anyone twice your age might expect. In a world that never stops talking, scrolling, and rushing, stillness has become the hidden weapon few recognize, but everyone desperately needs. We live surrounded by constant noise, notifications pinging every few minutes, a flood of information crashing into our minds non-stop, endless distractions pulling our attention in all directions. In this chaos, true power lies not in how much noise you can create or absorb, but in how well you can cultivate stillness inside your mind. Stillness is not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of clarity. It's the quiet space where your brain can pause, reflect, and connect the dots that remain invisible in the noise. When your mind is overwhelmed by stimulation, information becomes a blur. You might feel busy, but you're not productive. You might feel smart, but your thinking is shallow. You might feel connected, but your understanding is fragmented. The mental algorithm, the system that makes you smarter and more effective, starts with silence. Before you can process information clearly, you need to create a mental environment where clarity can grow. Stillness allows you to slow down your thoughts, to sift through what matters and what doesn't, to focus on what's essential without distraction. It's in this calm that the brain moves from surface-level reactions to deep understanding. Mastering internal stillness means training your mind to resist the pull of constant stimulation. It means building moments in your day where you step away from noise and input. Meditation, quiet walks, focused breathing. These aren't just relaxing activities. They are mental workouts that teach your brain how to be present, how to observe without immediately reacting, how to listen deeply to your own thoughts. When you practice stillness, your brain's processing power improves. You notice patterns faster, you connect ideas more creatively, you solve problems with greater insight. What seems complex in the middle of chaos suddenly becomes simple when your mind is calm. Stillness gives you the space to think 2 steps ahead, to strategize rather than just respond. This is why the loudest, busiest people often get outperformed by those who know how to cultivate silence. Noise might feel productive, but it often leads to burnout and mental fatigue. Stillness, on the other hand, rejuvenates your cognitive abilities. It sharpens your focus and strengthens your memory. It allows you to filter out distractions and zoom in on what really matters. The hidden weapon of stillness also improves emotional intelligence. When your mind is calm, you can observe your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. You can respond to challenges with patience instead of impulsiveness. This emotional clarity enhances decision-making and deepens your relationships. The irony is that in a culture obsessed with speed and multitasking, stillness is the fastest way to become smarter. It's the mental reset button that clears the clutter, allowing your brain to run its algorithm more efficiently. It's where ideas emerge, connections form, and wisdom takes root. If you want to outthink people twice your age, you must start by mastering stillness. It's not about escaping the world, it's about learning to be fully present within it. It's the foundation upon which all higher thinking is built. Silence isn't empty, it's the fertile ground from which your mental strength grows. The world will keep getting noisier, but your mind, when trained in stillness, will grow clearer, faster, and deeper than ever before. That's the power of the hidden weapon everyone overlooks, but you can choose to wield. Discipline is often thought of as something that only shapes the body, the strict training of muscles, pushing through physical limits, or sticking to a workout routine. But discipline is just as crucial, if not more so, for training your intelligence. The path to advanced thinking doesn't come from talent alone or from luck. It comes from daily mental rituals that build your mind's strength, sharpen your focus, strengthen your reasoning, and build emotional resilience over time. Discipline is the bridge between raw potential and real intelligence. Just as you can't expect to get stronger muscles without consistent effort, you cannot expect your mind to grow sharper without deliberate practice. Intelligence isn't a passive trait that you wake up with one day. It is an active process that demands attention and repetition. It requires you to commit to a routine of mental exercise, routines that are often unseen but extremely powerful. These mental rituals can take many forms: setting aside time every day to read and reflect, practicing deep focus by eliminating distractions, journaling your thoughts to clarify your ideas, or even simple habits like pausing before reacting to a difficult situation. Each of these disciplines trains your brain to work more efficiently. They teach your mind to concentrate on what's important, to analyze problems deeply, and to remain calm and clear under pressure. Focus is the first skill that discipline strengthens. In a world overflowing with distractions, the ability to direct your attention deliberately is a rare and valuable skill. Daily mental discipline teaches your brain to ignore irrelevant stimuli and stay locked onto the task at hand. Over time, this sharpened focus means you process information faster and more accurately, making better decisions with less effort. Reasoning, the ability to think logically and critically, is another muscle strengthened by discipline. When you cultivate habits that challenge your thinking, like questioning assumptions, breaking problems into smaller parts, or engaging in thoughtful debate, you train your brain to see beyond surface appearances. Your mind learns to evaluate evidence, identify patterns, and connect ideas in ways that others might miss. This mental rigor comes only with consistent practice. Emotional resilience, often overlooked in discussions about intelligence, is equally vital. The disciplined mind does not just think, it feels and responds intelligently to emotions. By practicing self-awareness, controlling impulsive reactions, and embracing discomfort as a learning tool, you build mental toughness. This resilience allows you to face setbacks without losing clarity, to handle stress without shutting down, and to maintain optimism and motivation even in difficult times. Discipline creates a feedback loop. As you sharpen your focus, reasoning, and emotional control, you become more effective at learning and problem solving. This success motivates you to maintain your mental rituals, which further strengthens your intelligence. Over weeks, months, and years, this cycle transforms your mind into a powerful engine of insight and creativity. This disciplined approach to intelligence is what separates those who simply accumulate information from those who truly master it. It's easy to collect facts or scroll endlessly through information, but it takes discipline to turn knowledge into wisdom, to make thinking a daily habit rather than an occasional effort. So if you want to be smarter than people twice your age, start treating your mind like a muscle that needs training. Build daily mental rituals that challenge your focus, sharpen your reasoning, and strengthen your emotional resilience. Discipline doesn't just build muscles, it trains intelligence to perform at its highest level, unlocking your fullest mental potential. Learning like a warrior means approaching knowledge with a mindset that goes far beyond simply studying to pass a test or gather information. A student often focuses on memorizing facts or completing assignments, sometimes passively absorbing what is given to them without truly preparing for what lies ahead. A warrior, on the other hand, prepares not just to learn, but to respond, to act decisively, and to adapt quickly in unpredictable situations. This approach transforms the way you absorb, retain, and apply knowledge, allowing you to think and act with the wisdom of someone twice your age. The warrior mindset is built on readiness and purpose. When you study like a warrior, every piece of information becomes a tool for real-world use. You don't just seek to understand concepts intellectually, you train yourself to recognize when and how to apply them effectively. This shifts learning from a passive process into an active one. Instead of simply accumulating knowledge, you practice wielding it. You rehearse mental scenarios, anticipate challenges, and prepare strategic responses. This preparation makes your learning practical and deeply ingrained. Warriors know that knowledge alone isn't enough. It's the ability to use that knowledge under pressure that defines true intelligence. When you adopt this mindset, you train your brain to hold information in a flexible, dynamic way. You connect facts with experiences, you visualize outcomes, and you simulate challenges mentally before facing them in reality. This mental rehearsal improves retention because you're not memorizing isolated facts. You're embedding knowledge within a framework of action. Another crucial element of learning like a warrior is resilience. Warriors expect obstacles and setbacks, so they learn how to recover quickly and keep moving forward. This resilience allows you to embrace failures as valuable lessons, not as reasons to quit. You become someone who can face complexity without being overwhelmed, who can adapt when plans change, and who can maintain focus even in stressful moments. This toughness builds mental maturity, the kind of wisdom that comes from experience but can be accelerated through disciplined practice. The warrior mindset also sharpens your focus on what truly matters. Unlike a student who may feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information available, a warrior identifies the core principles and skills that have the most impact. You learn to filter out distractions, to prioritize learning that aligns with your goals, and to invest your time and energy wisely. This selective approach makes your growth faster and more effective, allowing you to gain insights that many miss even after years of study. Finally, learning like a warrior means embracing continuous improvement. Warriors train relentlessly because they know that resting on past achievements leads to stagnation. You adopt the habit of lifelong learning, always seeking new challenges and refining your abilities. This relentless pursuit of mastery ensures that your intelligence isn't static. It evolves, deepens, and sharpens as you grow. By thinking and learning like a warrior, you step into a level of mental preparedness that far exceeds your age or experience. You absorb knowledge with intent, retain it through practical application, and respond with confidence and clarity in any situation. This mindset transforms you from a passive student into an active force, someone who can outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast many who have spent far more time in the game. Learning like a warrior is the secret to becoming smarter, faster, and wiser than people twice your age. It's not just what you know, it's how you prepare, how you apply, and how you grow that truly matters. The idea of a mental algorithm might sound like a quick hack, a shortcut you can activate once and forget about, but in reality it's far from a simple trick or a fleeting strategy. This algorithm is not a hack, it's a way of life, a daily operating system that, when practiced consistently, reshapes your entire mental landscape. It is a comprehensive approach to living that makes you unshakably calm, profoundly wise, and mentally unstoppable over time. Many people look for instant solutions to become smarter or more successful. They want a formula they can apply once, expecting immediate transformation. But true growth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The mental algorithm functions like an operating system that runs silently in the background, coordinating your thoughts, emotions, and actions every single day. It requires commitment and repetition. It demands patience, but the rewards it delivers are far deeper and longer lasting than any quick fix. This way of life begins with consistency. Small intentional actions taken every day form the foundation. It could be the habit of pausing before reacting to a stressful situation, journaling to clarify your thoughts, practicing focused breathing to calm your mind, or reflecting on your decisions each evening. These seemingly small rituals compound, gradually rewiring your brain and altering your automatic responses. With time, what started as effortful practice becomes natural behavior. The power of this algorithm lies in its ability to cultivate inner calm. In a chaotic world filled with uncertainty and pressure, maintaining a steady mind is invaluable. The algorithm trains you to separate your inner state from external turbulence. You learn to observe challenges without being overwhelmed by them. This mental steadiness doesn't mean avoiding emotions or difficulties. It means engaging with them from a place of strength and clarity, rather than reactivity or panic. As your calm deepens, your ability to think clearly and make sound decisions improves dramatically. Alongside calmness, this way of life fosters profound wisdom. Wisdom isn't just knowledge, it's the skill of applying knowledge with discernment, empathy, and long-term vision. The mental algorithm teaches you to see beyond immediate gratification and surface-level thinking. It encourages you to question assumptions, embrace complexity, and learn from every experience. You develop the patience to weigh options carefully and the humility to admit when you don't have all the answers. Over time, this thoughtful approach shapes your perspective, allowing you to navigate life with greater insight and balance. Perhaps most importantly, the algorithm makes you mentally unstoppable. It builds resilience, the capacity to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward with determination. Life will throw obstacles your way, but this operating system equips you to face them with confidence rather than fear. It strengthens your mental toughness, helping you to persist through difficulty without losing focus or hope. Adopting this mental algorithm as a way of life means committing to growth every day. It means choosing progress over perfection, persistence over shortcuts, and depth over distraction. It transforms your mindset from one of reaction to one of intentionality. And as you live this way, you become someone who is calm in chaos, wise beyond years, and unstoppable in pursuit of your goals. This is not a hack. It's the foundation of lasting intelligence and strength, the true mental algorithm that anyone can develop with time, effort, and dedication. To wrap it all up, becoming smarter and wiser than people twice your age isn't about luck, more time, or quick fixes. It's about adopting a mental algorithm, a way of life that starts with stillness, sharpens through disciplined daily habits, and flows from a warrior-like mindset of readiness and purposeful action. This isn't something you learn overnight. It's a commitment to rewiring your mind every day, choosing clarity over noise, focus over distraction, and resilience over defeat. When you live by this algorithm, you don't just gain knowledge, you transform how you think, feel, and respond. You become calm in chaos, wise in complexity, and unstoppable in your growth. The power to outthink and outgrow anyone, no matter their age or experience, lies within you. All it takes is the choice to start practicing this way of thinking today.